That term means different things to different people depending on the context of the discussion.
We know what it means.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
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 We're here to listen.
Liar.
You're a liar.
We're here to listen.
Liar.
There'll be time for questions.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the mayor of Athens, Georgia, a Democrat by the name of Kelly Girtz, attempting to downplay the death of 22-year-old Laken Riley at the hands of an illegal alien from Venezuela. Now, before I go any further, may she rest in peace and prayers out to her family. She was a totally 100% innocent victim. 22 years old. She previously attended University of Georgia, which is what Athens is really known for. It's a big college town about an hour east of Atlanta. She, at the time of her untimely demise, was attending Augusta University in a nursing program at a campus in Athens near UGA. And when she was discovered, she was on UGA's campus, from what I was able to read. Now, there is so much here. We got to get into the details, unfortunately, of how she was found and why this person did this, if there's a motive, and this person's illegal immigration status, not just an asylum seeker or a migrant, an illegal alien. That's what this guy is. And then we got to talk about this liar of a mayor, Kelly Girtz, talking about Athens is not a sanctuary city. Athens does not fit under the specific definition of sanctuary city, therefore it's not that. A complete 100% liar, and I have evidence to prove it. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the news clip. If you want to see this clip and any other clips I'm going to show you, links as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Want to take you out to another story that we have been tracking very closely here, the latest on the murder of a nursing student on the University of Georgia campus. Court documents detailing the disturbing allegations against the illegal immigrant charged with killing Laken Riley, who you see right there on your screen. Fox's Madison Scarpino following the story from Athens, Georgia, joining us live. Good morning, Madison. We did get a lot of new information here, although there is still a lot overall left to figure out.
That's right, Josh. Some gruesome new details. Jose Ibarra, the suspected killer of Laken Riley's arrest affidavit, says that he used a weapon to seriously disfigure her skull. And the affidavit also says that Ibarra concealed the death by dragging Riley's body to a secluded area. The coroner here says the full autopsy report likely won't be out for several weeks.
Let's pause right here. He crossed the border illegally in September of 2022 under the Biden administration. Now, at the time, their policy was to just let straight up border hoppers go into the interior of the country because they were overwhelmed with border hoppers. This guy has no status. He is 100% illegal, crossed the border illegally, and then he committed a violent act, took someone's life as an illegal alien. But some are going to say, like the mayor of Athens, oh, there's no issue with migrant crime. Really? I can't tell.
These new developments come as hundreds gathered on campus yesterday for a vigil to honor Laken Riley, as well as another student who died by suicide the night before Riley died.
She exuded devotion with each and everything that she did. A devoted Christian, sister, student, daughter, and friend. And we have no doubt that she would have been an incredible nurse. It is absolutely earth-shattering to think that the world will never have that opportunity.
The suspected killer is in jail without bond for Riley's murder. ICE confirms Ibarra illegally entered the U.S. through El Paso in 2022. They say New York police arrested him just a few months ago in August for acting in a manner to injure a child. ICE says NYPD released him before they could issue a detainer on Ibarra.
So here we go again with New York Police Department. Well, not even NYPD, New York's government releasing these dangerous people. We saw the illegal aliens, migrants, whatever you want to call them, that stomped the officers in Times Square, Manhattan, who were arrested and then immediately released with no bail. Same thing with this guy. You have multiple failures. The federales are not keeping the border secure, just letting guys come across, no border wall, no nothing. That's the first failure. The second failure, New York's government for not keeping this guy in jail, locking them up, throwing away the key after allegedly harming the child. And now here he is again in another place that is essentially a sanctuary city where he's allowed to just do whatever, and then he takes someone's life. That's how it escalates with these people. When you commit one crime, you commit another crime, you commit more and more severe crimes.
Ibarra. The White House says they extend their deepest condolences to Riley's family.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
And that anyone found guilty should be held accountable to the fullest extent. And Josh, the district attorney here, says that they're bringing in a top trial attorney to prosecute Ibarra, but they say that the office has not yet received the case. Back to you.
All right, Madison.
So that's what's happening out there on the UGA campus. May Miss Laken Riley rest in peace, and prayers out to her family. Now we got to get to this mayor. This is the mayor, again, of Athens, Georgia, where UGA is, Kelly Girtz, a Democrat, saying that, well, Athens is not really a sanctuary city, trying to downplay it. Let's watch.
I've received many calls, many emails, many queries from the press in recent days about this notion of a sanctuary city, and so I want to lay some things to rest here today. This term sanctuary city doesn't have a sole legal or procedural definition. You can look in Georgia statute, and you can find a clear definition for a unified government.
This guy, he might be a lawyer. He's talking in legalese, because at the end of the day, you could easily say, no, we're not a sanctuary city, or yes, we are. This is a way to try and obfuscate the actual point. The point is that you, sir, pledged to not really cooperate with ICE. That makes you a sanctuary city, or at least that gives the spirit of a sanctuary city in Athens, which is part of the reason why this guy may have felt comfortable going from El Paso to New York down to Athens.
You can look in contractual language and you can find out exactly what it means to be an SEC institution. Sanctuary city doesn't track with either of those. And so that term means different things to different people depending on the context of the discussion.
We know what it means.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
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 We're here to listen.
Liar.
You're a liar.
We're here to listen.
Liar.
There'll be time for questions.
You are guilty and got blood on your hands for this murder, sir.
Many of the aspects that are ascribed to sanctuary cities
We know what sanctuary
are
city
things
means.
that are disallowed by Georgia law.
Sanctuary policy, which is what we do.
And we contribute a document every year to the Georgia.
Now, he wants to just get to the law and all that kind of stuff and say why they're not a sanctuary city according to Georgia law and how they're not violating law. That's his whole point. I'll link to the rest of that in the box. But look, check it out. I have a little bit more from this guy. Here he is in 2019 saying something different. Okay, let's watch.
And whereas white nationalists and xenophobes have been emboldened by some politicians and members of the media, and we recognize that our entire community, not just people of color and immigrants, is harmed by the existence of white supremacy in our community going unchallenged. And whereas our immigrant and undocumented neighbors, especially those of Latinx heritage, face daily fears and threats from individuals and institutions such as ICE. And
let's rewind that. Did you catch it? Let's rewind it.
Of white supremacy in our community going unchallenged. And whereas our immigrant and undocumented neighbors, especially those of Latinx heritage, face daily fears and threats from individuals and institutions such as ICE.
Threats from institutions such as ICE. So that means you don't want to talk to ICE about the status of your quote unquote immigrant population. That makes you a sanctuary city, sir. That's the definition of it right there. Now, whether you say you're compliant with the law, you see the spirit of what you're talking about right now is a sanctuary city. If you're not a sanctuary city, you sure do sound like one. So either you were just blowing smoke right here, or you were blowing smoke in the press conference we just saw. So which one is it?
And whereas for the Athens community to be whole, it is necessary that families and loved ones remain together, and that all people, including those without documentation, feel welcome and comfortable.
Those without documentation feel welcome and comfortable in Athens. You said it, sir. You said it. It's right here. Now, you going to tell me, you going to call me a liar? Either I'm a liar or you're a liar. Which one is it? Also, I got one more video before we wrap it up. I got one more because he's not the only person that exists. You also have the sheriff of Athens, Clarke County, a guy by the name of John Q. Williams. He is a sheriff right now. You can look him up, John Q. Williams, Athens, Clarke County Sheriff. Now, let's hear what he has to say about the whole situation, about a sanctuary city or whatever.
Okay, so it is not my intention when they elect the sheriff to cooperate with those detainers. I see it as the sheriff's responsibility, any law enforcement, to protect and serve the community. And that's everybody in the Athens Clarke County community, because this is the office that I'm running for. And if we're, I guess, antagonizing people because they are undocumented, then they built that fear in them, and they're not likely to come to us, not only when we need their help, but when they need our help. So that's not something we'll be doing. We won't be doing any type of roundups. We won't be attributing to that culture of fear. Okay.
So he says they're not going to talk to ICE. The mayor says they're not going to talk to ICE, but you're not a sanctuary city? Okay, whatever. And as a result, you have a 22-year-old young woman who was an aspiring nurse, doing the right thing in school, getting an education. Now she's gone. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening here? Do you think that these guys, the sheriff, the mayor, have blood on their hands? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's pretty clear to see what's happening here. They most certainly have blood on their hands. This is sanctuary city. Whether it's legally identified as that or not is irrelevant. You guys are inviting them there. You have interviews on television, you talking about it. So if I am an illegal alien and I want somewhere to be that I think will be cool, and they're not going to call the federales on me, they're not going to have me in ICE and all that. If I think that, then I'm coming to your community. And as a result, this illegal alien with no type of status in this country took a hardworking woman, an American citizen, for no reason, cold blood. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.